So in this lecture, just like we did with ChatGPT, I want to give you a very basic brief tutorial of BARD and how it works and some of the features available in there. If you're based in the US, you can access BARD right now. They're rolling out their services to other countries as well. If you're not based in the US and you want to use it, you can use it using a VPN to access BARD and it would work. So I Googled BARD. It takes you to bard.google.com, and because I'm already logged into my Gmail account, it brings me directly to BARD. So this is the basic UI. You can click here if you want to include the columns on the left bar, the menu items, otherwise you can hide them. Let's write a basic prompt first just to get started with. Can you write me a 1,000-word blog on advantages of soy milk versus cow milk? So just a random topic. I expect BARD to write me the 1,000-word blog right away within a few seconds based on the prompt that I've provided it. So it provides introduction, advantages of soy milk, disadvantages of soy milk, conclusion, which is better. Now there are a couple of different functionalities available here that you can work with. So first of all, here's an option here of view other drafts. So now what Google is doing, it's giving you 3 different drafts of the same answer. This is draft 2, this is draft 3. If I want, I can refresh it, and now it will come up with 3 more drafts for me to choose from. So in this way, you can rerun the same prompt over and over again to get different sort of answers out of it and understand how they are different and similar. So see, now it's written in a very different way than the one that we saw before. Now it included a table format. So you, instead of rerunning the same prompt with different instructions, another way of play around in BARD is to view the drafts and refresh them. The second thing here is, just like GPT, you see an option to edit. So here I can go and edit my prompt and change something if I want, versus let's say I want to say almond milk, and now it will rerun the prompt that I've ran before, and it came up with the answer for soy milk versus almond milk. Again, the same exercise. There are 3 drafts and I can refresh it. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to see my BARD activity. So if I click on BARD activity, it will give me the list of all the prompts that I've worked on BARD so far. So you have all your previous prompts stored here in case you want to come back and view your previous prompts. You can do it. You can set up an auto delete. You want to record or do not record the BARD activity, that option is available here too. FAQ sections provide you a lot of information about how the model behaves. One thing that you should have noticed by now is that there is only one tab. Unlike GPT here, where I can create a new tab and start a new topic, that option is not available in BARD, and you only get to play with one AI in one tab only. Let's go to the FAQs. What is BARD about? Does BARD give accurate and safe responses? How and when does BARD cite resources? So sometimes when it's getting information from the internet, it will add a square link in the end for the resource that it got from. Is BARD able to explain how it works? Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. Yes, BARD can help with coding. Why doesn't BARD know? What I said earlier in a conversation. So this is one of things that is different, that differentiates ChatGPT with BARD. ChatGPT still does a way better job than BARD in terms of having a short-term memory. If I ask a follow-up question in the next prompt, GPT will do a pretty good job in understanding that my question is related to the previous answer from the previous prompt. BARD is not that great at it, and Google is saying that its ability to hold context is purposefully limited for now. As BARD continues to learn, its ability to hold context during longer conversations will improve. So they've intentionally purposefully stopped it for now. What are Google's principles for AI innovation? How can I help make BARD better? So here are the option to like or dislike something. So yeah, I can like this or I can dislike this, and if I dislike, it will ask me a reason for it. So that's how you can help them improve it. Terms and services to apply to BARD. What data is collected? How can I access my BARD conversations? Can I delete my account? Yes. Do you use BARD conversations for advertising purposes? I'm actually not sure about this one. BARD conversation not being used for advertising purposes. Okay. So what's next? So we did that, and then there is a update section which will tell you any updates that they have done recently. For instance, the latest one is from 15th May. More concise summaries, more sources, more useful. Expanding access to BARD in more countries and languages. Export to Google Docs and Gmail. Read more comfortably in dim light. Okay, so the next 2 things are Here is an option of export response. So you can either export it to docs or draft in Gmail. So since I'm logged into my account already, if I click on export to docs, this should directly take me to a new link. Something went wrong. Okay. So sometimes it might create an error. Let me try do it in a different. So BARD was having an issue in syncing with my Gmail account. I have changed the Gmail account now that I'm using. So now it works. I'm not sure why it wasn't syncing with the other account, but it usually is able to do a pretty good job. New document created. I open docs, and now I have the information that I got from BARD directly in my Word document. The next thing it talks about is Google It, and Google It feature gives you some other suggestions of prompting that you can use. And actually, if I click on it, it will take me to the Google search result for that specific uh, statement that it provided. Um, what else is here? So you can copy this, you can report a legal issue. We know that much. So when you're copying it, you don't have to actually manually copy it. Like this, they have provided you with a button here. Um, and you can also send a voice command into BARD if you want to work with BARD through your voices and you don't want to type. You can do that too by using this button. And lastly, there is a dark theme option available if you prefer that. So just a quick intro to BARD on what are the different ways you can interact with the algorithm and the GUI that they have created for us.